Good morning. Now I'm going to explain the coding of the project titled Discovering Email Spam and Anticipation via Collaboration and Artificial Intelligence Techniques. So this is the spam folder, which consists of a code folder which has code folder again that has spam folder. So here the total coding of this project is present here, and we have two batch files for client and for server. So this is the source code in which we have client folder and server folder. So we have placed the classes which is required for the client in the client folder, and the server folder consists of classes that needs to be processed at the server side. So if you edit the batch file, you can see the main class present in the client folder, which is login. So login class is the main class at the client side, and receive data is the main class at the server side. Now let us see the coding. First, let's see the client folder. So as login is the main class, just open the login class. So this is the class that will be executed at the client side. So here we have created a frame with the title login, and which has buttons login and new user, but new user is not used in this frame, and has two labels, username and password, and a text field for username, password field for password label. And we have set the size and adding those labels, text fields, buttons to the container, setting the bounds for the text fields, labels, buttons, and we have implemented add action listener for the button. So here we are getting the text, that is the username entered in the text field 1, and the password entered in the password field is assigned to p-word. And here we are checking whether the username is equal to empty string value. If it is not empty, if username it's not empty, then it will check whether password. If the password is not empty, then we are going to retrieve the username and password from the login DB table from the database. So here we are checking whether the username and password entered by the user matches with the username and password present in the database. If yes, then the client will get the message login successfully. The username, that is the result set consists of the username and password. Username will be passed to the mainframe class. Else, if the username and password does not matches with the username and password present in the database, the user will get the message username or password incorrect. Here, if the username is equals to empty, if there is no username entered in the username field, then the user will get the message please enter the username. Likewise, if the user does not enter the password in the password field, then he'll get the message please enter the password. So once the client logs in successfully, his username will be passed to the mainframe class, which is denoted here. Now let's see the mainframe class. So in this class we have passed the username, and this will get the title as mail, and this has two buttons named compose inbox. We have set the bounds and adding those buttons to the container, adding action listener for those two buttons, and this username is passed to the sender class. So the username will be passed to this sender class. Here this will get the title as sender and has one button named send, and three labels to enter the data subject, and two text fields, and have a scroll pane, adding those to the container. We have set the bounds and we have added action listener for the button, and we have created socket object. This we'll see later. So next we have set the bounds, and we have also passed the username to the retrieve category class. So here the username will comes, and this will get the title inbox and has one button named spam, adding action listener. We have set the title of this frame as retrieval by category, and these we'll see later. So once the username passed to this mainframe class, which has two buttons named compose and inbox. If compose button is clicked, then the sender class will be visible, else if inbox button is pressed, then the retrieval category class will be visible. So let's see what happens if a compose button is pressed. The sender class will be visible. So after the user press the compose button, he'll get this sender frame where he'll have the labels to enter the data